Welcome to Subramani. People have asked me one question, which is the most important behavioral finance aspect to conquer to become a good investor. I really don't know. Morgan Housel says it's FOMO. I partially agree with him because FOMO is saying, oh, I should have done this, a lot of regret. So I don't know whether it is just FOMO or is it FOMO, greed, fear, regret and overconfidence. Okay, why I am saying this is because FOMO is not about just missing out on something. Of course it is missing out on something. Secondly is to believe, oh, if that guy can do it, I was much better than him. I used to get second rank, third rank, this guy used to get 22nd rank. How come he is more successful than me? Now this is somewhere between jealousy and envy and overconfidence, saying I'm better than him. In a book which I write, I'm going to be the hero, right? So in our mind, we are the best. So if that person can, why can't I? So somebody must be thinking, from classmate of mine must surely be thinking, if Subra can do CA, why could I have not done CA? Even if Subra can run, why can't I run? I'm sure I call myself an inspirational runner. People look at me and they get inspired, saying if Subra can run, so can I. So sorry, I'm digressing, but largely FOMO, jealousy, envy, overconfidence, all of this is always packed together. Because yes, first of all it is FOMO, saying, oh, see, I missed the IT boom, or I missed XYZ, I missed the PSU banking boom, anything that keeps changing. But you don't say that, you say, oh, that guy made so much money doing this, so let me do that, right? So there you are copying, and because you are overconfident, saying if he can do it, I can do it. So it is FOMO, it is overconfidence, it is jealousy stroke envy. Now take a step back and say, do I have enough for my life? And if the answer is yes, then none of this should impact you. It should not matter that somebody has gone ahead, somebody has got more money, somebody has got a bigger car, bigger house, more travels, right? These things should not bother you. When you go to the gym, it should not bother you that somebody else is picking up more weight. Maybe he's younger, maybe he's fitter, maybe he's smarter, whatever it is, right? Don't keep comparing. So if you ask me, behavioral finance, yes, comparison is another thing. Or you just and you compare yourself to your immediate neighbor, you compare yourself to your sibling, you compare yourself to your first cousin, you compare yourself to your classmate. You don't compare yourself to somebody much bigger. Like if you're going and playing cricket, you don't feel bad that Sachin Tendulkar plays better than you or Virat Kohli plays better than you. You feel bad that the guy next to you is playing better than you and saying, this guy is not so talented, how come he is playing better than me? So somewhere it is FOMO, I agree, but it is also this overconfidence that I can do better than that person because 22 years back I was better than him in academics or something like that. Or to think I know, arrogance again, to say, oh, I know all these things, I don't need to ask anybody, right? So this could also, these are all the things which add up to your bad investment decisions. Market has reached 66,000. I missed the ride from 60 to 66,000. So I will put all my money today in the market at 66,000, or the market is already at 85,000. So I missed at 66,000, so I'll put it at 85,000. Nothing right, nothing wrong. The question is, how do you handle the fall, if any? Like suppose if the market today is at 67,000 and the market falls to 57,000, how will you react? Will you say, oh my god, I made a mistake, now let me come out of it? Or how, depends on that, right? Even entering the market at a high is not such a big mistake as exiting when it is low, right? You entered when it is high because you thought, oh, now the market is going to go away to the great heights. Then some political event or something happens and the market falls 10-15%. That is exactly the time when you are sure that the market is going to fall further and you remove the money. Again FOMO, again greed, again fear. So these things happening in different combinations, but all of it acting on your brain makes you a bad investor, or takes away all the investment gains that you can make, because the most important 4-5 days you miss in a year and all your returns are gone. So this action because of FOMO or greed or envy is, I think, the worst thing about behavioral finance. And another thing is, even watching this video, is not going to make you think about your own FOMO, your own arrogance, your own overconfidence. Is nothing. You will not be able to. There's such a beautiful saying, there is a nose here which can smell things far away, but if your mouth is smelling bad, your nose doesn't know about it. Somebody else has to tell you, right? So it is something like this. Your own overconfidence, your own jealousy, envy, look at all that. It is not just FOMO, it is FOMO combined with these things. Now, having said that FOMO is combined with your jealousy, anger, envy and all that, how do you remove FOMO? Is it possible to remove FOMO? One way of removing FOMO is to say, how has this person achieved what he or she has achieved? What have they done to reach there, right? So when I look at a Mukesh Ambani or a Gautam Adani and say, oh my God, I wish I was there, I honestly don't wish I was there, because I'm not willing to pay that price, right? I'm not willing to work that hard. I'm not willing to create such a big team. I've created teams in the past which are much smaller, and I found it is very difficult to handle other people, right? So when you don't want to do those things, then you look at it and say, wow, this man is great, let me buy shares of Reliance, but that's about it. I don't feel any sense of jealousy or envy or something, because I know I don't want it, I can't handle it, right? Am I willing to put in the effort of a Virat Kohli to achieve what Virat Kohli has achieved? Do I have the talent is the second question, but even assuming for a minute I have the talent, am I willing to, could I have put in that much of effort, right? That's the question to ask. And when you ask yourself those questions, all the FOMO goes away, because you realize that, oh, I can't do it. So then when FOMO goes away, and saying, okay, I couldn't have achieved it anyway, then you say, you come back to your own goals, you come back to your own asset allocation, you see where are you headed. So by constantly eliminating the effort required to achieve that, you cannot get just the reward, right? You have to put in the effort. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you willing to put in that effort? And do you have the talent, right? So if you're, say, 17 years of age or 16 years of age, and you want the success of a Virat Kohli or Roger Federer or any of those big players, right? Any example that you want to give, are you willing to put in that much of discipline? Or even like John Abraham in one interview with Kapil Sharma said, I have not eaten a Kaju Katli in 27 years. That is what discipline does to me, right? So that is what is required. So if you can remove the FOMO, and to remove FOMO, if you can do this, you think the effort that has led to this success, then you come down to your own goals, you see what you want to do, you see what you're capable of doing, and you accordingly adjust your SIP, you adjust your effort, and you say, okay, this is what I want, this is what I will do, this is what I have to achieve. Look at me, I've been saying no to a lot of work simply because I don't want to do some of that work, right? That choice is given to you by financial freedom. It's you whether you want to do or not to do. So, sorry, I'm digressing, but removing FOMO, very simple. Just see whether you are willing to pay that kind of effort, right? Am I willing to pay the EMI of a Mercedes or a JLR to deserve that car, right? That's very easy to understand. If I want to pay the EMI of a Honda City is what I will get. I will not get a Mercedes at the EMI of a Honda City, right? It's as simple as that. So FOMO can be eliminated by asking, do you have the willingness to put in that kind of effort? In my case, the minute it is no, FOMO does not hit me. So don't be carried away by other people's car, other people's house and things like that. You do not know what is wrong in their lives. Unless you can get a complete picture of whether they are successful in their life, how they got the money, are they happy in their marriage, right? You want an overall personality. You don't take one portion of a person's life and say, oh, there is FOMO and I need to do something like this to get it. Are you willing to pay the price? That is the question that you have to ask yourself. Most cases, if that's no, that's conquering FOMO. Thank you.